Let's talk about spiders. Spiders are animals that can be helpful or harmful. Spiders are air-breathing arthropods that have 8 legs and mouth parts called chelicera with fangs that are able to inject venom into their prey. They're the largest order of arachnids, and they rank 7th in total number of species in all organisms. So you see there are lots and lots of spiders, 45,000 different species groups. In spiders, that's a lot of spiders. They have 8 legs and they have pads on their legs to keep them from sticking to their spider webs. Every species produces silk, which they use to make their webs, and not all make webs. Some use them in other ways. They have 8 eyes, of which 2 can detect color, and the rest of them just detect light and dark, so they pick up movement. They inject digestive fluids into their prey and suck out the remains. How gruesome. Not all spiders produce webs, but some use that silk to make traps. The important thing about spiders is that they control the population of insects that try to eat all of our crops. Some spiders are dangerous because they are able to bite us and inject venom, such as the brown recluse and the black widow. Both are found in Nebraska. Scientists are also working on using the venom of the tarantula to help cure some degrees, notably epilepsy. Spiders range in size from the Samoan mouse spider, which is about 11 thousandths of an inch long, that's really small, to the massive Goliath bird eater found in Africa. Here's one that's found in Australia only, which is almost as big as the Goliath. It's called the monster Orb Spider, and you can see it's bigger than a person's hand. There are poisonous spiders, as I mentioned. The brown recluse is a spider which kills the skin, causes big scars on the person. The brown recluse, as you can see, has a spot on the back that is shaped like a violin, so sometimes it's called the violin spider. The black widow is a broadly distributed group of spiders, which are black, but they have on their belly a marking that gives them identification that's in the shape of an hourglass, and usually it's red. Most spiders are actually poisonous, but few of them have mouth parts large enough or strong enough to actually bite humans. The tarantula is one of the largest, most venomous spiders in the world. Most of the large tarantulas are found in Africa. However, there are spiders that live in the United States, in the lower states such as Texas and Arizona, that are not large, but are still tarantulas. Some people actually import tarantulas from Africa and keep them as pets. The tarantulas in the southwest United States are less poisonous and can be handled safely. In fact, I've handled a tarantula when I was in Arizona. These tarantulas, about the size of a finger or two, found in New Mexico and Arizona, in most of the southern states actually, have been kept in aquariums by lots of people, and you feed them. The different types of spiders. There's a group called the Orb Spiders, which are the ones that spin webs that are of oval shape. These are orb webs. You see the spider in the middle, and remember they have pads on their legs so they don't stick to their web, but the web is very sticky. When they construct a web, this is how they construct it. They find 3 points, and they connect to the 3 different points. Then they connect cross pieces from those webs in 3 locations. And then they start going across and back, and across and back, and eventually they have a cross web. They finish the spider web by going around in circles and holding it all together. This may take a spider as much as 2 days to develop. This is what the spider looks like inside. It may not be of major importance to you, but it might be interesting to learn something about spiders. They do have these 2 large eyes here, but along the back here, they also have spiders, simple eyes. The mouth parts are down here. They inject fluid and then they suck out the fluid from their prey. The back end, of course, is where they have the silk glands that produce the silk. There are many orb spiders and are many colored varieties and shapes. This is the common house spider, the yellow garden spider, the daddy longlegs, which you probably have seen, and a marble orb spider, which you probably not have seen. Notice the fancy markings. The Misarmina, or white or alban, and the Misarmina crab spider. Sort of looks like a crab. There is a special group of spiders called the Trapdoor Spiders that live in the soil. They actually burrow and then they build a trap. They dig a hole and then they use the silk from their silk glands to cover the whole area, and they actually build a door which flies open, and when they feel the progression of a small insect or something, they jump out and grab it. Now, trapdoor spiders are not common in this area. They're common more often in southern. There are jumping spiders. This is a tan jumping spider, a bowl jumping spider, a red jumping spider, and they actively jump at their prey and inject the venom. And then, as the organism dies, they inject the fluid that digests the insides. Then we have fruit spiders. These are the more common spiders that we find many times in cellars or in basements. Sometimes they're on fruit, sometimes they're not. I can remember collecting one off of bananas that came into a grocery store. The fruit spiders are not likely to bite you, although they could possibly make a red spot, but it probably wouldn't hurt. Here we have a group of spiders, a special group called the ballooning spiders. The ballooning spiders use their silk as a means of transportation. Here we see the abdomen where the silk is produced. Watch this spider as he releases the spider silk and the wind catches it and carries it away. Here it comes. And away he goes. See the silk coming out? Carries him away. Watch the silk come out and the wind will catch it. Our final group of spiders are the wolf spiders. Wolf spiders are a little larger than the orb spiders, and they are more likely to track down their prey because they do not build their webs. They chase their prey down, inject it with venom, insert the digestive juices, and get their food from the inside of their prey. Well, that's an overview of the spiders. Glad you could join me.